Kevin Estre, of course, the man under threat from Jimmy Bruni coming into the Porsche squad, and did take a little bit of, I was going to say grass, but it's dust on the outside.
All the way through those GTD cars.
Inspect cars on the fabled tarmac and concrete of Sebring. Yanni gets the power down early. The green flag is waved, and we are racing down towards the first corner. Slight gap before the GT cars come through. And it's clean for the start. It's a very clean start in. And the question is, was it cause or effect? Oh, it's a huge slide coming out onto the back straight.
Yeah, I think
that was already flat.
Yeah.
Teammate. Now, just a few moments ago, down at their hairpin, little bit of contact between the 52 and the 10. And Ricky Taylor just having to back out of that side-to-side contact, and big oversteer moment from the 52 of Jose Gutierrez, who's now in the pit lane.
Driver change. The 912 hits its marks, and Richie Leeds is getting into that car. Kevin Estre's job for now is done. 4 tires on that one and a whole lot of fuel.
Shea Adam down in the pit lane. Jeremy Shaw, and again at the Mucker doing a bit of rally crossing. Got up alongside, there was a touch, the barest of touches. Dane Cameron in the red Wheeler Engineering car right in behind him. They try to go side by side, and there's again a touch as Fizzy goes for the Apex. Doesn't really give racing room there to the Ford.
And that Ford GT, really tremendous battling going on down there at the sort of
4 brand new Continentals in fuel. Doesn't look like there's any sort of data acquisition.
Max. And into the pit lane comes Eric Curran from the lead. Is he followed in by his teammate? Yes, he is. So the 5 and 31, or should I say?
Because the safety crew is there, that we're going to, he'll have to make a visit, I think, to the infield care center. But he is talking to the crew.
Well, we have got an onboard camera on that car, and there was absolutely no retardation at all as he tried to stand on the brakes. He knew to start with, Jeremy, yes, and then it seemed to stop. He tried to turn, realised it wasn't going to turn, and straightened up the wheels and aimed for the tyre barrier. Now, tyre barriers don't look sexy and technical, but banded tyre barriers with that rubberised, almost conveyor belt in front do a brilliant job of dissipating energy. And the front of that Mazda has done it's done a pretty good job of saving the front of that Mazda. It's deranged the nose.
Fuel and tires on it and send him back out.
I wonder if 1 or 2 people made a gamble with their qualifying, the picks for qualifying tyres. I had heard that there was a potential that the Corvette, one of the 3 Corvette might change tyres, and also let's not forget that the number 4 car started at the back of the. In the 10 car, Van der Zande, Neil Jarney just a little bit further back as they come through the GT cars. And down into turn 17.
But he's unable to find a way past him.
Curran and Fittipaldi down into 7, and they made it for a moment 3 wide with, I think that was Don Yunt's 5. 51.4, 51.6 last time around for the 2 cars respectively. Oh, and a puncture on the left front for the BMW number 24. It's not been their day, has it? This is the car that's already been behind the wall. And the 24 car, now that's Tomczyk behind the wheel, and that car's just come out of the pits. That's on its outlap. Could not get the car out of the pit lane in time. Now, did Boris jump or was he pushed? It'll be a huge irony if it's a BMW that's nerfed him off. There's a long time association with BMW, with PTG, and it was. It's a 25 car. He was getting 3rd. So he was coming up behind. Oh, and in fact, he hit the 22. Hit the. Johannes van Overbeek has dived straight into the pits, and that was before the pits closed.
I know. Was the 22 car slowing to come into the pits? I think it might have been.
He was on an odd line. At 12 seconds, the gap between himself and Christian Mason. A spin for Eric Curran at turn 17. And he's right in the middle of the circuit on the exit of the track, or exit of the corner. That is a very odd place to spin. Wow, scary moment. Boris said coming down the inside, loses the car on the bumps, and yes, there was a touch. Now, Boris was right on the inside, and in fairness, the undulations sent the car much wider than I think he thought he was going to go. But nevertheless, that's a touch on Emmanuel Onassis there, which unsettled the car enough. Thank goodness Emmanuel got his foot on the middle pedal quick enough to pull that car up without it.
Of that incident where where Miller tried to get the inside of Andy Lally at turn 16 onto the Almond Straight, had to clamber over the curbs. They lost a lot of momentum, and that enabled the Cadillac to
Lowered back down, fuel still going on. A very anxious driver revving that Cadillac V8 to let it know that it wants to come back out. Away goes the 5 and Philippe Albuquerque.
So out goes the number 15 in a cloud. Just stretch that to 25 seconds now, and is pulling away. And the Whelen Engineering racing car completely off the circuit to the
Nick Heidfeld, as well as having fuel and tires. And Steven Simpson has gotten back into the number 85, replacing Misha Goikberg, as they also took on 4 fresh Continentals and fuel.
And a very late decision, it seemed, for the
place car, which is Steven Simpson at the wheel of that JDC Miller Motorsports entry. Just watching bits of debris there. Looks like something falling off the one of the 4 GTs. What's that bouncing around?
That is a cover for something, isn't it?
Filler on one side.
It's not an awful situation for the 50 car. It was at turn 17. There was a spin from the Acura. That was the 86 car going around. Now, was that where Cooper picked up the damage by hitting the 86 car?
Yeah, he's completely on his own, isn't
Dyer at the wheel of that. Wait. Is there a thud? There's not. So 2. Let's talk about Ford. The cars have been running very strongly. Problem for the 67 car at the start, but it's worked its way back into...
Well, I mean, hey, what a brilliant job Ryan did yesterday there. He really nailed it. He had all sectors together. I missed out by turn 5. I was a little
Over aggressive.
No, you know what? The track was...
You know, I'm sure the rest have done the same as well, but we just focus on our own performance and, like I said, try to be there in the end.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And remember, this is a guy who qualified under the stand.
The last round of pit stop, he dropped 1 place during the round of pit stops and slipped then from 3rd place down to now the 5th position, and in danger of going back down at least 1 more place to the Porsche.
On the balance, but it's a part of our job. My second stint was a lot easier than the first one. The first one was really hard. But anyway, we are still in the race. Everything went well. We have no contact. The car is running well. We have no alarm.
Round. Nicky was turning into turn 1, the Corvette number 3 behind him, and right in the middle of the corner, the car just veers offline as if something broke on that car.
Yeah.
Something tips, although they are all digital now. Yes, I'm tape chimps perhaps, a bit younger than that. Let's have a quick word with John Edwards down at BMW, see if we can throw some light on what happened to Nicky Katzberg. He was talking on the radio, so we might be able to throw something at that.
So first
tells me that there was some discussion going on there. Oh, big run on at turn number 10 for the 912 Porsche. That's the one that's just had its shock absorber changed on the left rear.
Yellow. To see double yellows, I must say.
I would like to see, well, double yellows are out. I would like to see people slowing down a bit more as well there, Jeremy.
Well, I mean, you know, that's the way the rules are written in the... I've just started doing some club racing lately, and the rules there are, if there's a waved yellow flag, you go down at least 1 gear. If there's a white and yellow flag, which denotes a safety car on a track,
or a slow-moving vehicle,
or a slow-moving vehicle, you go down 2 gears. I mean, it's a guideline, but the point is you slow down, and if not, you're going to get a penalty. And I kind of like that.
I agree.
It's a rule that.
Jeremy, one of the reasons that we've had to have so many different rules at places like Le Mans, with slow zones and virtual safety cars and all of this, is because I'm afraid drivers have proved in the past that they can't be trusted to slow down when there's an incident. And one of the reasons we have so many full course cautions here is because drivers don't slow down past waved yellows. And you have those of you on our syndicated local radio stations, you're listening to IMSA Radio live from Sebring. We speak. And we absolutely, I went and saw some of this happening, and it was an extraordinary thing to do, tested beyond what you would expect could be done from a tyre. It's just been introduced, but I have seen news of a promo on this tyre.
Yeah, we're actually offering $70 back right now on any set of Continental tires in stores, so be sure to get in there. Extreme Contact Sport available in your stores today, and be sure you get in there and get them.
3 wide in the GT LM class. Corvette, Ferrari and Ford, and the Ferrari gets out ahead of them. That was Tony Vilander with Jan Magnussen and Ryan Briscoe all together, and he got past 2 of them, did Vilander. He's not been feeling very well, and here comes the 912, Lauren Van Tour as well. He's all of his experience and Scandinavian cool to go up 2 places.
Yeah, and at the same time, Jan Magnussen lost 2 places. So Ryan Briscoe stayed exactly where he was.
Brilliant job by Vilander. As the 2 guys ahead of him were scrapping and trading paint, he says, hang on a minute, there's a bit of room down the outside in the booth or out in the track. And in fact, too much excitement for the Alex Job Racing number 23 car. That is Bill Sweedler behind the wheel of that car. He's had a quick loop, but he's got it pointing in the right direction, coming out of Tower Turn, and he's off the dirt and back on the... I know the Continental tyres make great off-road tyres, but really not what they're supposed to be doing with them right here. And there's suspension damage. Suspension damage to the left front. It's another left front suspension. Oh my goodness me. And I went off at 13. Tower Turn.
Cressoni once again.
Fire. Oops. Fire on the back of one of the prototype challenge cars. It's the Starworks machine in the pit lane. Shea Adam. Sorry, Shea. I thought you were there. And the fire continued. I think that's rubber debris in the back of that car rather than anything from ground out the results when the results were there. When the results weren't there, they took the points that were on offer.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. It is.
Well, here we go now towards the top of another hour. 8 o'clock coming. By the way, it's a $442 million satellite on the top of that rocket. So any mistakes there in a lap or 2, hand out of the door open, lights out. Now the pits are closed. We go to full course yellow. Now this, no, sorry, that I'm wrong with the car, aren't I? Is that the number 5 car?
Was it?
It was indeed the 5 car. All serious looks at DPI, which I know you're not going to give any trade secrets away, but it is no secret, Jeremy, as the 31 car went straight on a moment or 2 ago and tried to take the old configuration of the hairpin. That's not good for those new tyres that's just been thrown on Dane Cameron's car. 44 minutes of intense concentration in the darkness on the bumps through the challenging corners of the Sebring International Raceway. This is why this race is revered by the drivers. Here comes Blakemore and down the inside into 17. My goodness, he was close to the wall on the right-hand side. Balzan too late in closing the door. And nice and early to make sure The Ferrari driver knew he was there, down in the fourth, down in third, didn't actually snatch sixth there in the Mercedes-Benz, even down the back straight. Green flag, hasn't it?
It's true. True, they had a problem this morning, they had a fuel leak this morning. It's a brand new team. I mean, most of the people knew they weren't even at Daytona because Mark Simo was managing the team.
As a team together, Sims has come in and done a great job. And the 2017 Mobile 1 12 Hours of Sebring, fueled by Fresh from Florida, will go to the 10 car. Ricky Taylor takes the maximum points.
There's going to be a big celebration at Corvette tonight.
I think we might have one or two cold ones, yeah.
Very well earned. Thanks, Doug.
Thank you, Shay.
Oh, well, Richard Westbrook threw it away himself on the last lap, got up behind the Ferrari and spun it at turn 10.